Ah.
It was the spring of 2022. Meg's little girl Lily was 3 years old now, toddling around, obsessed with anything soft and alive. Meg had driven past the apartment building a dozen times that year. She couldn't stop herself. One Sunday morning, she pulled into the parking lot. She didn't really have a plan. She just needed to see her dad's door again. She walked up to the second floor, and there was Nova. Same spot, same patient green eyes. Nova looked up at Meg, and something shifted. She stood up. She walked toward Meg slowly, cautiously. She sniffed her hand, and then she pressed her entire head into Meg's palm and closed her eyes. Meg sat down right there in the hallway and sobbed. She hadn't cried like that since the funeral, not at the apartment cleanout, not when she donated his things, not even on his birthday. But something about Nova, about this cat who had refused to give up on a door that never opened, broke something loose in her chest that she didn't even know she'd been holding shut for 3 years. Little Lily squatted down next to Nova, completely unafraid, and whispered, "Hi, kitty." Nova climbed into Lily's lap like she'd done it 1,000 times before. Meg thinks she finally understands what Nova was doing all those years. She wasn't waiting for Daniel to come back. She was staying close to the last place she'd felt him, the last place that smelled like him, the last place that felt like home. And maybe, just maybe, she was waiting for someone who carried a piece of him to come back too. Because Meg is Daniel's daughter, and Lily has Daniel's eyes. Nova lives with Meg's family now. She's not the same cat she was at Daniel's side. She's quieter, more careful. Sometimes Meg catches her just sitting by the window, staring out at nothing, or maybe at something only she can see. She still sleeps near the front door sometimes, not waiting, just close. She and Lily are inseparable. Every morning, Nova follows that little girl from room to room, watching over her the way she once watched over Daniel. Lily calls her my kitty, like she's always known her. Maybe, in some way, she has. Maybe that's what love looks like when it has nowhere else to go. It finds the next person who needs it. Daniel's been gone for over 3 years now, but on the nights when Lily falls asleep with Nova curled up tight beside her, that spotted fur rising and falling with every small breath, Meg swears she can still feel him in the room. And honestly, I think Nova can too. Nova waited 3 years at that door. 3 years without giving up, without moving on. So here's what I want to ask you, and I genuinely want to know what you think. Do you believe cats grieve? Or do you think Nova knew something the rest of us didn't? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. And if this story hit you the way it hit me, you already know what to do.
Ah.
This Bengal cat sat at the same front door every single day for 3 years. Rain, snow, 100-degree heat. She never moved. Neighbors called animal control twice. The landlord tried to shoo her away 4 times. Nothing worked. She always came back to that exact spot, right in front of apartment 14B, and waited. Nobody knew why, until the day that door finally opened, and the truth destroyed everyone who heard it. Her name was Nova, a Bengal cat, all leopard spots and wild green eyes, wearing a faded purple collar that nobody could explain. She wasn't feral, she wasn't starving, she was clean, careful, and heartbreakingly patient. The residents of Maple Creek Apartments in Columbus, Ohio, first noticed her in the spring of 2019. She'd appear just after sunrise, curl up against the welcome mat of Unit 14B, and stay there until dark, day after day, week after week. If you're the kind of person who believes animals feel more than we give them credit for, and honestly, if you're watching this channel, you probably are, go ahead and hit subscribe right now, because what Nova did next, you're not going to want to miss a single story like this. Unit 14B belonged to a man named Daniel Hartwell, 63 years old, retired electrician. Quiet guy, the kind of neighbor who always nodded hello but never stopped to chat. Daniel had lived alone in that apartment for 11 years. His daughter, Meg, lived about 40 minutes away with her husband and their baby girl, Lily. She called every Sunday. He always said he was fine. Nova had been Daniel's cat since she was 8 weeks. He'd picked her out at a rescue event at the local PetSmart, a tiny spotted thing, all ears and attitude. And from day one, she never left his side. She slept on his chest every single night. She waited by the door when he left for the grocery store, sitting perfectly still until she heard his key in the lock. She headbutted his hand when he fell asleep watching the game, like she was reminding him she was still there. Neighbors who visited said Daniel seemed like a different person around her, looser, warmer, more alive. For 6 years, it was just the two of them against the world, and Nova knew it. On March 4th, 2019, Meg called Sunday morning like always. Daniel didn't pick up. She told herself he was probably in the shower. She called again an hour later. Nothing. By noon, she was in her car with Lily in the back seat, driving faster than she should have. When she knocked on the door of 14B, no answer. She got the building manager to unlock it. Daniel had passed away in his sleep, quietly, peacefully. The doctors said his heart had simply given out. He was gone before morning. And Nova had been locked inside with him. The building manager opened a window so Nova could get out. She stepped outside slowly, looked both ways down the hallway, and then walked straight back to the welcome mat in front of 14B, and she sat down. That was the moment nobody could explain, because Nova could have gone anywhere. She was a young, healthy cat. She chose to stay. Here's what I keep asking myself, and I want you to think about this too. Do you think she knew he was gone? Or do you think she was still waiting for him to come home? Meg tried to take Nova home that first week. Nova hid under the bed for 4 days straight and refused to eat. A vet checked her out. Physically perfect. Emotionally, that's a different story. So Meg made a painful decision. She let Nova go back. The new tenant in 14B, a young woman named Claire, had no idea what to do. She left food out. She tried to pet Nova once. Nova let her, briefly, then went right back to the mat. Seasons changed. Nova stayed. Winter of 2020, she curled up in the snow by that door. A neighbor named Marcus started leaving a folded blanket out for her every night. He told his wife, "I don't know what she's waiting for, but I'm not going to let her freeze doing it." His wife started leaving food too. Then another neighbor, then another. Without anyone organizing it, the whole floor had quietly agreed, Nova stays and Nova is taken care of. Nobody could explain why, they just couldn't bring themselves to stop. If you've ever loved an animal this much, or had an animal love you this much, you already know that feeling in your chest right now. Hold on to it, because this story isn't over.